Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into a politically charged development unfolding right in the heart of Johannesburg South. The African National Congress, South Africa's longtime ruling party, is taking no chances in the run-up to the national elections. They've officially launched their by-election campaign in Ward 24 Freedom Park, and leading this campaign is none other than the party's Secretary-General, Fikile Mbalula. Now, if you've been following South African politics closely, you'll know that any campaign that involves Mbalula is bound to be a spectacle. He's known for his outspoken nature, his high-energy rhetoric, and his ability to command crowds. So when the ANC sends Mbalula to lead a local by-election campaign, it's a clear sign they're treating this ward with serious political importance. Let's unpack why this by-election is about more than just a single ward. Ward 24, situated in Freedom Park, Johannesburg, is a densely populated area facing many of the issues that affect working-class communities across the country: high unemployment, unreliable municipal services, poor housing infrastructure, and rising crime. Freedom Park is a mirror reflecting many of South Africa's broader governance challenges, and the ANC knows that losing ground here could signal a deeper erosion of support ahead of the 2024 national polls. This is especially critical given how vulnerable the ANC has become in recent years. After dominating post-apartheid South African politics for decades, the party now faces dwindling electoral support, rising public frustration, and an increasingly fragmented political landscape. Corruption scandals, power outages, failing municipalities, and a sluggish economy have all chipped away at its support base. Freedom Park was once an ANC stronghold, like many townships across Gauteng. But over the past several years, trust in the party has weakened. Community protests have become more frequent, residents are voicing disillusionment, and opposition parties are making inroads, even in historically ANC-loyal territories. With the likes of the EFF, Action SA, and even smaller community-based parties gaining traction, the ANC simply can't afford to lose symbolic battlegrounds like Ward 24. That's where Mbalula steps in. By appearing on the ground in person, rallying residents, and addressing their concerns directly, he's trying to recapture the grassroots connection that the ANC once enjoyed. During the campaign launch, Mbalula didn't shy away from the challenges. He acknowledged the failures in service delivery, the neglect of public housing needs, and the frustration many locals feel toward government institutions. But he framed these as reasons to continue supporting the ANC, promising that the party, if given another chance, will reset, renew, and reconnect with the people. This is part of a broader ANC campaign strategy to regain public trust. The party has ramped up its rhetoric around renewal and anti-corruption, especially after the damaging revelations of the Zondo Commission. President Cyril Ramaphosa himself has been preaching a new dawn, though critics argue that not enough has changed at the ground level. In this context, the ANC's campaign in Freedom Park becomes a test case for whether that message of renewal is resonating with ordinary citizens. But let's be honest, the ANC isn't just facing public dissatisfaction. It's facing organized political competition. The EFF has been making aggressive strides in communities like Freedom Park, positioning itself as the true voice of the poor and disenfranchised. Their message is simple but effective: the ANC has failed you, and it's time for radical change. Then there's Action SA, a relatively new player that has been drawing in urban and suburban voters frustrated by the status quo. Add to that the MK Party, the Patriotic Alliance, and even the DA trying to chip away at ANC support in townships, and it's clear that this is no longer a one-horse race. So what does Mbalula's presence actually achieve? In part, it sends a message to ANC supporters that the party is still present, still listening, and still fighting. But more than that, it attempts to shift the narrative that the ANC is not hiding from its mistakes but confronting them. Whether or not that message lands depends entirely on how residents respond. It's also worth noting that these by-election campaigns often come with a fair share of political theatre. Speeches are made, T-shirts are handed out, and promises are recycled. But residents in areas like Freedom Park have heard it all before. They've lived through years of empty pledges. The question now is whether this campaign will actually lead to tangible change, or if it's just another performance meant to hold off the political tide. In the end, Ward 24's by-election is symbolic of the crossroads South Africa finds itself at. On the one hand, there's the legacy of liberation and the historic loyalty that many still feel toward the ANC. On the other, there's the frustration with ongoing inequality, crumbling infrastructure, and the feeling that government has become too disconnected from the people it's meant to serve. If the ANC wins this ward, it might signal that the party still has the ability to mobilize support where it matters. But if it loses, it will deepen the perception that the once dominant liberation movement is now on the back foot, even in its supposed heartlands. For now, the campaign in Freedom Park continues. Fikile Mbalula is doing what he does best, rallying the base, controlling the message, and trying to reassert the ANC's relevance. But behind the speeches and media appearances, the people of Freedom Park will ultimately decide whether they believe in the promise of renewal, or whether they're ready for something new altogether. And that decision may not just shape the future of Ward 24. It could very well be a preview of what's to come for the ANC in 2024 and beyond. Thanks for watching today's breakdown. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Can the ANC hold on to its strongholds, or are we witnessing the slow but steady end of an era? See you next time.